Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back again with another episode of Resonant Rise. It seems to be a thing that every time we start a video, I'm coming out here to check my mail. Nothing, unfortunately. Now, normally I'd go down the hatch and back over to my volcano, but one thing I've discovered is walking's for peasants. So I've put in treble anchors all over the base. You can see one right up there. This is a little bit weird. Specifically because I will just do it that way. These things are awesome. We've upgraded the server to a... Oh, I can't even remember. We upgrade it so often nowadays. We have a more recent and more interesting version of Resonant Rise going. Still experimental. We have not moved to a stable, and it kind of shows over the last week. Ooh, my coral is growing. Basically, we run experimental builds on this server, and it has sacrificed stability some. The perk, though, we got a whole bunch of fixes and bug fixes and performance improvements with Mechanism 6. We got the newest version of Ender.io, version 11, 0.11. Which means we get the travel staff and the travel anchors. Which means now I can zap down to my diving room. I can go over to the science wing and back to the main building. It's very cool and it spoils me very quickly. Now I've been busy building and renovating. You guys know that we did a patch a while ago that killed the reef. Well, I went over to New World Gen. We have what we refer to as the 8K book. The 8K book was a book that was made by walking through the nether 1,000 blocks and then opening a nether portal. That means, basic nether math, that you have traveled 8,000 blocks in the overworld. So basically, I did that. I traveled 8,000 blocks, 1,000 blocks in the nether and opened a portal to the overworld. So we have a book that is 8,000 blocks straight north of here. And there's books in our nether hub that link it so everybody can use it. That means we have access to New World Gen, and we can just do that process again if we need to access New World Gen after another crazy patch. It's just one of the inevitabilities of living on a progressively updating server. But I went to the New World Gen, and I got some coral rock, and you'll see down there, I've replanted some of the coral reefs and some of the old holes that left behind. And put some, I only had 2 pieces of coral on all of that, and you'll see it's all grown in full. So if you put mariculture coral on mariculture coral stone, it grows like plants. It's very cool. It's like flowers or something. I like it. So, I think it was Corianche decided to leave me a walrus. Me and Poppycocks. I'm not sure why us specifically, but... the base is coming along very, very well. Things are going along very nicely here in the volcano. I've been busy building between last episode and this. That's what most of my time has been spent doing. We still have the isolated science wing over here. I haven't done anything yet, mostly because I want to get a storage solution in place before we start tackling more stuff out here. And that's what we're going to do this episode. Now, here's one thing I would love to show you that I'm very proud of. Here is the Botany wing. Yeah, well, the whole thing's a science wing. This is the Botany module. This is fertilized dirt. I did a hot block on it. I discovered it last week, and that's what really motivated me to do the hot block on it, because I thought it was pretty amazing. This stuff has 3 times growth speed upgrade. I can't trample it, which is awesome. And it even responds to the sprinkler, and the growth effects stack. Now, I realize that one sprinkler is not actually covering the entire room. It's only covering about a middle 2/3, but that's fine. It's fine. I have my magical crops here. I am I am growing glowstone instead of harvesting it from the nether. Same thing goes for, there's Ender Essence. Show you how this stuff works. This is the stuff that you get from the plants, right? And I just open up my handy-dandy clipboard and go, whoop. And I have, whoa, nether pearls. Ender pearls, not nether pearls. I am pre-coffee this morning. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a little punchy. Same thing goes for glowstone. Is it overpowered? Yes. Is it amazing? Heck yes. and I'm going to use the crap out of it. As I say, and as Aiko the Builder says, you use what the pack gives you. And this pack is giving me magical crops, so I'm going to exploit the crap out of it. I plan on also doing redstone crops and probably some blaze crops for blaze powder. That way I don't have to deplete resources, and I have renewable systems, basically. So that actual wing needs to be filled up with more fertilized dirt. I'll get to that in a minute, though. New additions. Actually, there's a couple of new additions. I have a fluid transposer and a magma crucible. I actually had to use this to make lava, believe it or not. I live in a volcano and I'm making lava. Nothing new down there. Actually, well, I think you guys saw this, the energetic infuser. It's for charging my stuff. Yeah, magma crucible and fluid transposer. Of course, the induction smelter has been my ore doubling solution, as well as my occasional ore tripling solution through the use of rich slag. Basically, I put everything into there direct from the ore, and I get 2 times, and the chance to get rich slag. If I have something like, say, gold, or maybe even shiny ore or ferrous or something rare, then I can actually put it in there with rich slag and triple it and get back slag as a result. And then what you can do with slag is you can do all sorts of cool stuff. You can use it to make clay. You make florbs, and I think florbs are going to be very useful. I really do want to make use of florbs later on. It's got a lot of different things you can do. You can smelt it down to rock wool. I didn't know you could actually do that. So yeah, I think that's a very neat thing. It's very cool. It is not a ore quintupling, or whatever it is that Aiko's doing. That is, to be sure. So I'm having to put a little bit more work into my mining. His mining goes a lot farther. But I'm still very, very happy with this. It's a real good early game solution, and we might branch off into mechanism stuff like that later on. Not worried about it now, though. Igneous extruder, that's nothing interesting. So, okay. Soldering station. This is from logistics pipes. Basically, you use this to make some of the equipment in the actual logistics pipes mod. This is the request table. And there's a pipe behind that going straight up the wall. And, let's see if I can get this right. There we go. It comes up, whoop, right up there. Basically, that is directly below that is that request table. And so what I've done is I've run some pipes, and I've got, these are Logistics Chassis Mark II. You can't right-click on them, you have to use a wrench. And basically, these things have, okay, there's the basic logistics pipe. You will make these things, and basically anywhere that you have a junction, actually, like I should have one right there. Where did I put those? Aha! These are my supplies for logistics pipes. Anywhere you have a junction, if you put that, it not only keeps the power system connected, but it also does routing properly. Now, this isn't a junction, this is just a T-intersection. But, like, this is a junction, and I've got a logistics pipe there. Just like right there is a junction, I've got a logistics pipe. It's just a basic one. And I totally forgot, need to put one right here. Connects up, and, okay, I will go around. I'm going to put one right here. There we go. Now, this is all temporary. I'm not keeping these things this far out from the wall. I will move them back eventually. Once I have enough pipes for all the barrels, then I can actually start thinking about rearranging this room for the better. Same thing for back here. I actually want to have these logistic pipes right here. But, and the chests right here. So I want to move these back one step. But this is all temporary. We are still figuring things out here in the volcano, so very happy about that. Let's see. Mob drops, I think. Yeah. There we go. I've got the nether chest is where I put the glowstone. Let's put this iron back. So the way logistics pipes works, you have the basic request pipe, right? Let's get the recipe for that. This is, oh gosh, basic request pipe. A couple of different ways you can do it. Now, gold gear, that's 4 pieces of gold. No. Or you can use the assembly table from Buildcraft, the little laser things, and do 1 piece of gold and 1 piece of redstone. So this is the route I went. When you make those chipsets, and these chipsets are used a lot, some of the pipes and functions use gold chipsets. Hi, Walrus. Some of them use diamond chipsets. What I did was I made a little assembly table back here in the power room. And it's got nothing in it right now, of course, but the lasers right here. And normally what I do is I just put them up right here. I'm actually not going to put them up because those things have a constant power draw. And leaving them up means that I have a steady drain on my systems, and I'm not cool with that. So I was using that to make gold chipsets and diamond chipsets for a lot of the logistics pipe stuff. But as I was saying, basically when you make this, it seems expensive. You get a diamond pipe, so that's 2 diamonds right there. Some glass, redstone, basic cobblestone transport pipes, and then a piece of gold, piece of redstone, and a whole lot of energy. But you get 8 basic pipes when you do that, and that's actually not a bad deal. Then you get these pipes, and you can upgrade these things. You can turn them into other different kinds of pipes. Liquid providers, provider logistics pipes, whatever. Now, there's a whole bunch of basic function pipes. This pipe is a crafting logistics pipe. It actually interfaces with the crafting table, the logistics request table, I think. No. Where is it? Where is it? There we go, logistics crafting table. That interfaces with that and lets you do automated crafting, kind of like an AE system. But here's the thing, right? You can actually get a lot of those in card function. They're called modules. B analyzers, quick sort, polymorphic item sinks. We're going to be making a lot of those. Extractor modules, that's what pulls things out, kind of like a redstone engine or a Buildcraft gate. And we're going to be using them in chassis. Basically, these things are customizable. You can get one, and it's got a slot in the back of it. A Mark 1 has a slot in the back. A Mark 2 has 2 slots, which means you can have one pipe have 2 different functions. That's what we want. We want to do item sync in these as well as provider. Item sync, basically, there's one called, where is it? Polymorphic item sync. Polymorphic item sync is basically a fancy word for saying that it will only store in a chest stuff that's already there. So if you have a chest full of cobblestone, it automatically will only put cobblestone in there. Easy peasy. It's really cool. I like it. Good system. So that means that you don't have to define specific things. Now, that being said, I do want, where is it? I think, yeah, or dict item sync. That should be pretty self-explanatory. Or dict item sync means that basically we will have one chest where we can send all of the ore to, and another one we can send all the gems, crystals, stuff like that. I'm very excited about that. I think that's very, very cool. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, squeaky chair. So, basically, I've been making these. What you do is you get a normal basic logistics pipe, and you do either 3 redstone, 2 iron, or a redstone chipset and 2 iron. Of course, that's cheaper. It just requires energy. And upgrade it to one of these 1-slot things, or all iron, or 2 iron and 1 chipset, to upgrade it to a Mark 2. Just like you can do Mark 3, which is surrounded by iron. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. Or iron on either side. Iron chipsets top and bottom. Then there's the actual Mark 4s and Mark 5s. This is the Mark 5. It's just a diamond chipset. I actually... Oh, you have to upgrade a Mark 4. Woof. Okay. That's heavy duty. So these are always the cheaper options. That's one of the motivators for getting... Basically, in order to get in to logistics pipes the cheapest way possible, you need to get into the actual BC Silicon, the Buildcraft Silicon system also. And that's that assembly table and the laser system. Now, here's the thing a lot of people don't know about. You can actually see it right here. Fluid container. And I think there's even... Oh, Domic. Ooh. Extractor, Mark 3, electric buffers. Oh, gosh. All sorts of stuff. I think there are logistics, satellite logistics. Aha! Fluid. Logistics fluid basic pipe. Insertion, provider, request. So basically, you can use these pipes right here across the bottom of these fluid pipes. You can actually move liquid. I think it's a millibucket. I think it is either 250 millibuckets or 1 bucket at a time. You can move liquid around your network. So this is kind of like a version of Ender IO's compact pipes, because it can do item and liquid all within one space. And that's pretty cool. I'm a big proponent of that. So what I need to do now, I need to do some, let's see, there's extractor, item sync, passive supplier. I think that's what we want, and I'm a little fuzzy on this. Oh, we have to make some blank modules first. So paper, redstone, and nuggets. I'm going to go get some supplies for some of these cards. I'll be right back. So I've discovered that I'm getting a little bit of lag on my end, by the way, today, guys. I'm sorry if the video is a little stuttery. I'm not sure why, but the server has been having some problems as of late. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that there, that there. This is going to take a little bit of time, but what I've discovered is I'm out of iron chipsets. I thought I had some, but no. So I'm going to make some, and I'm going to wait on that and let that finish. Basically, I actually, part of me wants to make more lasers so we can make stuff happen quicker, but the rest of me knows once we get a decent supply of these chips done, I'm never going to use that again. So yeah. I could facade everything in the volcano, cover up all the pipes, but to be brutally honest, I think that this base is always going to have a little bit of a haphazard industrial kind of a feel, so seeing the pipes is actually a good thing to me. Let's see. So while that's going, I did make some blank cards and some polymorphic item sync cards, I think. What we can actually do now, oh yes, with the wrench, we put one of those in there. And again with the wrench, we put one of those in there. I need to make another one of those. And these 4 chests, by the way, you'll notice I didn't do the ones in the middle. I actually want to do this one. It's my wood. But these 4 chests are kind of miscellaneous stuff that is the most important. It's like, oh gosh, that's iron, that's ores, like ingots. This is all crystals, gems, minerals, things of that nature. Need to upgrade that. It's getting cramped. Tech, mechanical parts, like, you know, my EIO conduits and conduit binder, and floodgates and various other things. Down here is more miscellaneous tech stuff that this one is spilling over into. This is my wood chest. I want to have access to that too. And then the 2 barrels that I access the most in terms of resources, which would be my cobblestone. I actually have 2 of those, and sand. So those are the 2 barrels that I use the absolute most. And I definitely want to do that. So we are waiting. Actually, I'm going to put that back, and let's go for a dip. I can show you what's going on outside. We have received a patch. At least I think it was a patch, because this did not work previously. Previously, I was using the bucket system. I've got my fancy, I had an armor set right here that I have since retired. Well, what I've been doing, I had my scouter on. What you'll notice now is I can put on a gas mask. It's got respiration 3 and aqua affinity. What that means is actually I finally have the usefulness of the actual scuba system for mechanism and the aqua affinity, which means I can see real far and the light levels aren't quite as bad. Somebody also, I believe it was Poppycox, found me some flippers, which means that I have real good movement around the outside of the base. But it gets even better. I'm going to turn that off. Respiration, by the way, does work on this. What it means is, while you're wearing that helmet, your air bubbles last longer. So what I'll just do is turn it on and off real quick to just refill my air bar. And that way I'm not constantly using my oxygen. Well, let me show you what I've been doing lately. This is with a thing called a scouter. This is from a mod we have called Chocolate Quest. I put Aqua Affinity and Respiration on it, but it gives night vision inherently. So now, dun dun dun, this is so much better. I can see so much farther. I still have Aqua Affinity, still have Respiration, but I do have to keep using the old bucket system. But you know what? This is still one of the best combinations I have found out here. And combined with my flippers, that means that I can really haul, and it gives me real good speed and movement capabilities. By the way, there's little pockets like that. Those air pockets that I am slowly filling back up with coral rock. While I'm out here, I may as well check. Whoa. Say hello to KirinDave there. Let's see. That up there, I need 7. Make sure and refill these all the time. There are some other people that use them, and it's rude to leave them empty. So, yeah. Basically, I put down in these little pockets down here, I fill it with coral stone, and then I'll put down 1 or 2 pieces of coral. Hello. I'll put down 1 or 2 pieces of coral and leave it, and it just grows by itself. You see, this one was the last one that I did, and it only had this piece and this piece on it. It is slowly growing out itself. I want to start filling in the rest of these holes, like over here, over there, and start giving this place kind of an underwater garden feel again. I also planted a lot of these kelp, which is very cool. The kelp basically does grow. It's also a mariculture plant. And I think it gives it a real, like, kind of an underwater forest. Like you have the, where's the kelp field? There's the kelp field. I love the kelp field. It really does make me feel like it is 20,000 leagues under the sea, and I'm fixing to walk back into Captain Nemo's submarine. So, this is the setup that I've been walking around with most of the time. I will put my flippers back, put my bucket back. That's the armor I used to use, but with my handy-dandy scouter, I don't have to worry about it as much. So I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go check and see if our chipsets are done. I'll be right back with you. So, oh God, squid, what? Oh, yeah, every once in a while I'll catch a glance of a squid through a wall because it pokes a tentacle through. It's one thing the scouter also does. This is in true Dragon Ball Z style, which is what this is a reference to. Shows me the health level of the creatures that I actually am looking at. So I decided to go ahead and rework this and slim down some of the pipes needed for this one little stretch. I upgraded these 2 logistics chassis, and I can show you exactly how I did it. I get one of these. Whoa. 1 basic pipe. And then we get 2 iron. And what we do, put the basic pipe in the middle, the iron chipset right there on top, and boom. Mark II logistics chassis. Very, very cool. So I've put polymorphic item sinks, into, let's see, what am I going to remember? Yeah, eventually is the key word there. Polymorphic item sink, polymorphic item sink. I'm just going that route for now because it's simpler. I need to make more of those, though. Let's see. Yeah. So I need probably about 1, 2, 3 more white cards. 1, 2, 3 iron chipsets. Still got more downstairs being made. And dye. Now here's the funny part. Because I'm on the reef, I have a crap load of dye. Every single one of those things you see can be broken down into dye. Get one of them. Blue dye. Boom. Light blue. So I have an overabundance of dyes at my disposal because I am harvesting coral, which is a real cool thing. I think that is a definite perk to having mariculture on the server. One of many perks that I am very excited about. Let's see. I got to do it with a wrench. One there. Well, I already had one there. I'm going to put one there. And I think... Yep, already got one there, and already got one there. I actually need to make two more. I also rearranged this, because I did kind of forget. Oh, God, let me get around this. I have cobblestone and sand right next to each other, and not just cobblestone down there. So there was a point when I had a cobblestone barrel over at the island, and then I had to make a new one while I was hollowing out over here so I could actually use cobblestone for building the floors and stuff. So I kind of ended up with two big barrels of cobblestone. I need to make two more item sink pipes, but basically now I don't know that does the trick. If I understand right, there's still one more card we need. Yeah, so there's still one more thing that we need, and that is a provider module, I believe. So, gold chipsets, blue dye, and some white cards. I'm going to need 6 of those, just like the other ones. Do I have any blue dye? I think I actually have some lapis lazuli. I do. Let's see. 6 times 2 is 12. Math is hard. This early in the morning when I haven't had coffee. I'm going to... yeah, see? Stocked up on them. Because I'm sneaky like that. 6. And... I think that's it, right? Aha! So here's where the fun part starts. With the wrench, Vaygrim. You see this? So, normal inventory mode. Items to provide or empty for all that are in the inventory. So this will work with the polymorphic item sink. This will provide everything that's in the inventory, and the polymorphic module means that it only stores what there's already one of. Here's the important part, though. Mode, normal inventory, leave at least one stack. Leave at least the last stack. First and last, leave one item per type. That's what I want to use. That means there's always one item left over in this chest of every single type. Specifically for the benefit of making sure that the polymorphic item sink knows where to put it. So that's very, very critical. Otherwise, if we use everything all the way down to the last one, then we'll know where to put it anymore. Now, this does mean there are going to be certain things that won't work very well like that, because we only have one of them. Like tools. Things of that nature. So what we're going to have to do, one item per type, is make sure that we have a different chest that is going to be sorted for tools accordingly, because of that. So now if we go over here, aha! We have life. Request items. So this is basically my inventory of those 6 chests. This is showing everything we have at least one of. At least one. If it only has one, it won't show it because it doesn't want to pull it out. Fishing poles. Wood. Everything. Whole 9 yards. All my torches. Redstone. Iron ingots. Diamonds. Emeralds. It's very, very nice. So, what you can do, you have plus or minus. That adds 1. This adds 10. And then there is full stack. So, If I wanted to, I could highlight that, request 1, banner holder. Or sort. So what that does is it puts it back in the system. That is jetting back upstairs, and we should see this change back up to 5. There we go. So if I want to, I can put stuff in here to sort it back into the system. What I'll also do is get a chest that is going to be an ender chest. I'll probably make it personal. Last time I was using lime green, black, and lime green. I might just use lime green, black, and whatever for everything of mine. But if I put a diamond on it, it becomes mine, not the server's, so I can make it whatever color I want to, basically. But what I'll have is an ender pouch and an ender chest that pulls into this system with an extractor module and auto sorts it. And then I can have an ender pouch around with me that I just put things in. I hear my cats parading in the background. They're making a racket. Sorry. Yeah. So I could just put stuff in. It'll get auto sorted, maybe even auto processed. So there's content. Missing 1 bamboo log. Bamboo. Components, 1 bamboo. Missing. Oh, okay. You can refresh it. We can request specific things. This pops up to tell me when I've successfully requested something. I think I know when I've requested something successfully, so I'm just going to clear that. I'm very happy about having this. So if you'll notice, we have, like if you look, it says we have 1 plastic sheet. But if we go upstairs and actually look, should be this chest. We have 2. It's saving 1 to make sure all future ones will come back here. It's like I have 1 vibrant nugget from Ender.io, but it doesn't show it because it has to keep that one hidden to make sure it always knows where to send other ones. But this does mean that what I can do now is get all of this stuff and put it in, like, let's say, down here. And I can request it remotely whenever I want to. That's very cool. So, now the only thing I need to do is make I don't need a polymorphic. What kind of lights can light up? Let's see. Arcane lamp from TC4. Wrath lamp from factorization. Do you want light or safety? I forgot we actually got that added in a little while ago. I think it's called Greg's Lighting Mod. Anyway, we'll get into stuff like that later. So now we actually are getting organized. We're getting sorted. And here's the cool thing. I can get those pipes and run them all the way out to the science module. Right out there, the actual lab module on the science wing. And what I can do is when I'm in the lab module, I can actually request stuff directly and use it as a crafting table. Now, we do have the capability, I believe, of getting a remote orderer. Yeah. So this is a crafting table. I can actually put things in here. Actually, you know what? Let's give it a demonstration. I'm going to request 1 of those. Put that in there. You see, it's requesting automatically what's in the crafting grid. So I can do that. Then I just sort it back, clear that out. It's very nice. I like that. This acts as a smart storage thing right here, a space that gets used specifically for crafting with. And it lets you keep certain things here for items you're working on big projects. I have actually, it's been a long time since I've used logistics pipes, so it's very interesting to me, and it's kind of letting me get re-educated and reacquainted with it. Now, by the way, somebody has left, let's see if I can get a better perspective on this, a walrus for everybody on the server. We don't know who it is yet. Nobody's fessing up to it. But everybody has a walrus with that sign on it. And that is from Extra Cells. Apparently that's an inside joke with the author of Extra Cells, a gentleman by the name of Mega Freak, and the creator of Applied Energistics algorithm, X2. So anyway, I have a stuffed walrus. Don't know what to do with it. So here's the thing. I needed to provide power. I don't even know if I can show you. Let me see if I can. Ah, there we go. I need to provide power to the logistics pipe system. So what I have is a box right here. It stores power, and every action that takes place on the network, it uses a little bit of that power in order to do something. So I have that plugged up to the main power grid right there, which means also that logistics pipe comes all the way down here. So I could actually hook up a logistics pipe to this and have it provide water to other machines that are hooked up to the actual grid. And I think that's neat. So I'm going to get some resources together and get the rest of these barrels and stuff, well, these two at least initial barrels on the system, so I can actually get a little bit more organized. Then we can see if we're going to have some time for another project. Okay, I really wanted to show you guys this because I thought it was very, very neat. So I've got my request table up, right? I want to make 3, actually 2, item sync modules. So shift, left click the question mark. It shows up here. You can do 1, 2, 3. And it automatically requests everything for all 3. That is very, very nice, and it's going to spoil me very nifty, very quickly. Provider module. I'm going to do, and then 1, 2. I actually only need 2 of those, so I'm going to leave that one there. So these are just ghost images. They're not real. So, but it's very neat and very convenient. That is going to spoil me very, very quickly. I definitely see how logistics pipes was the predecessor to Applied Energistics. Now I can just right click with these cards. I don't know if I need to provide. Now, technically, I don't have to do this because I have my barrels locked. But just for the sake of in case I am, per type, and then item sync. This is not like polymorphic. That's cobblestone. And I need to give it cobblestone. Default route, yes. I want to make sure all cobblestone goes there. Default route for sand. So now, if I put sand into the system, or cobblestone into the system, they should go right back to there. So, we're getting organized, we're getting set up, and I really, really like this. Now, I'm going to try and go to 2 episodes a week on Resonant Rise because you, the viewers, have demanded it. However, recent server instability has made it slightly unpredictable. So, episodes on Monday might happen on an irregular basis. Right now, having at least 1 episode a week for Friday is the big priority. So we might miss out on some Monday content every once in a while, but that's okay. I've got something else lined up for you guys, just in case we miss on some Resonant Rise content. So, I am going to finish up some of the logistics pipe systems. I would like to get those chests over there turned into iron chests and also added onto the system. I might move them onto this wall. I think I forgot to mention it, but you guys will notice I raised this up. This space right above here used to be the surface water level of the volcano when you went in through the side door over here. And I honestly just need to remove this door. I don't use it anymore. And I don't like the idea of having a back door. So I put a wall right here to just kind of make it pretty. I still have stairs that go up to my bedroom space up there. I do plan on moving that to a more, shall we say, secure location in a future date. But basically what I've done is given myself more headroom. This means that I can move the barrels back and have the barrels right about here and just do a big wall of them up until right about that line. Now, I can't clear up any higher because there's lava behind that. So that's the best I can make that look right now. But these walls are nice and good for stacking barrels, chests, whatever. And because we have a logistics pipe system, we don't have to worry about running out of space and having barrels too high to reach, or chests too high to reach. As long as we set everything up right the first time, we'll be good to go. So, oh yeah, I gotta get these on the system as well. Yeah, okay. So, I tell you what, I'm going to get the rest of this logistics pipe system connected. In the meantime, I think this is going to be a really good stopping point for us. And I will see if we can get some double episode action going for next week so you guys can really keep up to date on what's happening on the Resonant Rise server. Thank you very much for joining me. I always like you guys swinging by, spending some time with me, and taking the time to watch my videos. I know you could be doing other things, but you choose to watch my videos. And that's very special to me. As always, likes and comments are welcome. Let me know your ideas, your suggestions. I have been watching your suggestions on some other forms of power generation. You've also been talking about requests for logistics pipes. Somebody requested specifically, they want to see me use liquids on logistics pipes, and I'm going to be doing that. I will be using logistics pipes for my fluid handling. I'm going to use it for as much as I can possibly do it. Auto crafting, the whole 9 yards. So, it's going to be educational for you as well as me. And we'll both learn something in the process. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.